come around and he would pitch this to them, saying, look, this is an alternative for smoking. It gives them the same thing, so on and so forth. And they go through the whole same bit. And again, you must have been one of the first people, not in the world, but in the UK mainly, to see these, because it was their main selling point over there to begin with. And I initially thought, I won't say what it's in again, because that would just be silly. I need to keep that and non-disclose that. But I figured out that will go in that. Use that. So then I went through the whole research process of contacting this guy, God, day in, day out, and basically hassling this poor rep, trying to figure out where I can get smaller ones made and all that kind of stuff to make sure it worked.
Well, I think a lot of people are glad you...
But yeah, it depends. It's just one of those weird things. I've had so many people come forward saying, oh, you got that idea from me. And I was like, nah. I mean, and the funny thing is, when it did happen, there was a whole kick-off, but there was pre-proof.
Right.
That thankfully I had pre-work on it. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I was annoyed. I was annoyed at the time, but yeah, it happens. And again, I was defensive at the time, but someone was trying to take away something I'd been working.
It happens. I've had it happen to me.
Yes, so many years on. Do you know what I mean? But again, you got to get over it. It's just a trick.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it's not going to. That's whole thing.
It's not going to change your life.
It's not going to change your life. It's not going to stop the way the world functions. So yeah, just go over it. It's a magic trick.
What's your favorite application now that you've lived with it for a while? Can you actually pick one that you say is your favorite?
Oh, I always do the same thing.
Yeah? What is that?
I will just have someone draw a cigarette on a banknote and say, this is how you smoke on the inside. And yeah, same thing.
That's great.
Roll it up in the smoke.
On a bill?
Yeah. A banknote's a bill. We're just fussy with the names. But yeah, that's the main one I use. To begin with, I had loads of different routines with it. But I just mainly follow to that one.
Well, that's great because it just seems so organic. It's just like, there's no gimmicks, there's nothing, I just
it's something I carry on me all the times, and keep your eyes peeled, there is a new version coming out soon.
Oh really?
Yeah.
A little teaser. Speaking of teaser, there's no transition there, I just wanted to say that. Speaking of teaser. Fluffer. Linker, can you talk about that? Oh, sorry, Linker.
What do you want to know?
Linky. I wrote it down as Linker and Linky.
The funny thing is, Linker was the... Christ, what did I name that? I can't remember what it was called.
That's actually from...
Things of Fury.
Yeah.
It was two linking card frames.
But now I'm confused because you actually do have Linky too.
I have Linky now, yeah. The weird thing, I was gutted about this. I called it Linky, and then after everything beat the presses, I originally called it Key Evolution, and then I found out that name was taken. And then I named it something else, and that name was taken. I went, Linky. Perfect. Googled it and everything, couldn't find nothing. Asked about, couldn't find anything. And we went out, had all this stuff made and made up and packaged. And then we found a trick called Linky. I was like, but
that's how it always works, right?
Yeah, it's, yeah.
I'm sure he's okay, whoever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different name. I mean, again, as a linking key, but it's a very different method, so on and so forth. So
now, it literally just kind of came out,
at Blackpool last week.
Yeah, so people that are thinking about, I don't know if I should get that or not, what would be like your selling point? What would you say is the coolest part about the effect? I mean, I like it just because it uses keys,
I'm going through a little phase just now of key magic. I don't know why. But it's basically
a visual. You like to break them, you like to...
Yeah. The breaking one, I've got the breaking one, I prefer to use
I saw that, I originally thought you were going to do like the Altoids thing where you like bite it and chew on it so you can hear it crunching.
Nah.
So,
I mean, I think it'll be overkill. You're already breaking something there, so they've already got that emotional connection to it. And it's generally the house key or a key to something important, otherwise why would you carry it?
Right. That's why I've always thought it's funny when people bend keys. It's like,
yeah, I've seen a lot of key benders go like, so is this key important to you?
Right.
And they kind of build them into saying no. Like, no, I can't, no, all right. And to me, I'm of a very weird sort of mindset. If you're taking something from that person, give them it back in the same condition, if not better. Never pretend to magically break it and restore it, by all means. But never leave it in a worse off condition, because it's not your stuff.
Or what would be cool is, does anybody have a bent key and then straighten it?
That'd be a good trick, actually. Going to have you dressed up as D. Christopher soon with the hair and the scar and...
Just need to find like a...
But yeah, Linky is basically it's a key that links to a rubber band, but just in a nice visual way.
Cool.
If I knew I was going to get asked, I would have done it.
Oh no, I just wanted you to...
Yeah, it's a linking key. You can link it to other things. I go over it on the DVD, again, you can pick up at Penguin. But you can pick up at a lot of places, but Penguin is the main one we will push just now. But yeah, it's a key that links on a rubber band. The key can be inspected. You take it, link it, unlink it, and everything can be inspected again.
Cool. Do we have a there's an online demo that people are watching right now, probably.
Yeah, there is an online demo if you hit up YouTube and just type in Alan Rorrison Linky. Or if you go to penguinmagic.com, there will be a demo on there as well.
I had somebody ask about the spoon bender thing again, but we already got our answer on that.
Yeah, the spoon bend isn't going to be done. I've added a magical principle to something.
How do people know about this? Did you perform at a convention or
No,
post a
I
video?
put up a video online. In fact, we were discussing this today. I put up a video, and I think they put it as a promo on this.
Oh, okay, that's what people were asking about, yeah.
But it's just basically a key bend. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Matrix film.
Sure.
I know cliche as it is, with the whole spoon bending thing, it's cliche as hell. But in the Matrix, there was a bunch of like inconsistencies. Like there's a part where he's like drinking something, and then it cuts to a different scene, and like the level of the liquid goes and drops down, and there's bits where you can see reflections of the camera guy and stuff like that. So in this video, I do a video of me making a cup of tea, and when it's sitting there, you can see the reflection of the camera and the kettle, and the tea drops down and stuff. Just a couple of references to it, just for
the
giggles.
Hardcore fans, yeah.
Just for giggles. A few people have noticed it. A couple of guys have laughed at it and went, you didn't notice the tea, did you? Yes, it was very deliberate. But it was just, I like film. As I said, movies and music play a lot of what I do, so I try and add little bits in now and again. But the key thing is something that's already out there, which will probably have people's cogs going, so go check it out. If you want to find it, go for it.
Another question we had is a question we get asked a lot, which is, what's your favorite way to approach like a cold group?
Hug. I am
great, yeah.
I am not even kidding.
Well, it's like you mentioned earlier, it's like a social thing.
It's a social proof thing. If you're going to walk into
There's
a group,
a lot of things you can do like that.
if you're going to walk into a group, you're the stranger in that dynamic. There's no doubt in that, unless you have pre-met some of the people when you walk up warm.
Yeah, there's always going to be like an alpha male or an alpha female.
There's always going to be someone that's alpha, and you can generally tell who they are. Walk up and hug them. Mm-hmm. If they're standing up, walk up, go, come on, you look as if you need it, bring it in. And if they go and they move back, fucking hug them. Put your arms in and hold on. Yep. And then just give them a pat and step off, go, good. In fact, we'll use you first, and then just move in.
That's kind of like the first effect, too, you know?
Yeah, so everyone else, people are going, what the hell? Oh, he's part of the entertainment. And to them, you're taking control of that person. You're just not taking any of the bravado they would put forward usually. If they get into it and they hug, go, perfect, bring it in. And what movie was it in? I can't remember. It's a line, you smell like an athlete. And you just hug them and go, oh, you smell like an athlete. And just then come off and back in. And for me, it plays off well. I'm a short guy, and me hugging the biggest person is just a funny visual. Like, stupidly funny.
So there's a lot. There's like the comedy element too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's just that kind of thing.
To break the ice.
But after I've done that and I put it down and performed, I will come up and say, you don't want a hug, do you? No, perfect. I'll just shake their hand and say, perfect, thank you kindly for playing along with that.
Cool.
And when you say thank you for playing along, you're giving them back the bravado they had, because you're now saying to the group, he played along, and they think it was pre-arranged something.
Yeah, thanks for letting me, you know.
But if you're in a more formal setting, understand you can't just, well, I won't lie, I don't care what gig I'm at.
Yeah,
again, I've got myself in trouble, I will just walk up and hug them. But if you're in an event where you're going to walk up and you have to be nice and polite about it, do not say you're a magician straight off the bat. Just my opinion. You walk up and the thing I'll say is, how you doing, folks? My name is Alan. I'm part of the entertainment for you tonight. May I have 2 minutes of your time? And that one sentence, you have been polite and courteous. You have said what your name is. You have stated you're part of the entertainment, so you're not just some random guy walking about. You're hired to be there. And you can have 2 minutes of your time. It sets a time constraint. So they know you're not going to be there fucking doing a 50-phase linking rings routine. You're going to be there for 2 minutes and done. Then at that point say, perfect, I actually do magic. In fact, you could be my first. You're going to be my helper. The line I use is, perfect, I'm going to use you. I'm going to use you as my Debbie McGee. And again, I will generally pick the biggest person for this as well. So as I bring them in, I say, you're going to be my Debbie McGee, come on in. Now, Debbie McGee, if you don't know, is Paul Daniels, was a magician in the UK.
Non-UK people.
Yeah, he had a big show. And his assistant was called Debbie McGee. And in the UK, it flies by, but you can see it. He'll be my assistant. In fact, we need to get you the feather and the showgirl's outfit. And it's funny if you're saying it to a big guy as well. So, I mean, it gets that taking the dominance away from this guy for a bit as well. And at the end, you just say the same thing. Thank you for playing along with that. Thank you.
If you're doing a close-up gig or like a walk-around gig, do you have a favorite closer for a set?